Hi, this is Sheriff Garry McFadden of the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office, bringing you another edition of MCSO News 45. Well, today we're going to talk about the hottest topic that I've always said is out there is immigration. And now, since the president has taken office, President Trump has signed many executive orders, and one of them that they signed has something to do with immigration. We all know that's going to be the big target. And so this week also, there was a 3-page memo that came out that pretty much said that they're going to force law enforcement officers or go into these sanctuary cities and force immigration or remove a lot of people from the sanctuary cities. So I want to clarify some of that for you today. A lot of people say Mecklenburg County or the state of North Carolina is a sanctuary city. It is not. Let me make sure we get that clear. Mecklenburg County nor the state of North Carolina is a sanctuary state, and Mecklenburg County is not a sanctuary city. And so let me show you how they classify sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities have ordinances and which prohibits resources and personnel like law enforcement to enforce immigration regulations. And cities that have sanctuary ordinances are sanctuary cities. Mecklenburg County does not have an ordinance, and the state of North Carolina does not have an ordinance or anything that says that they cannot work with law enforcement. And here's why that's so important. Before December 1st, we had North Carolina General Statute 162.62. That mandated each and every sheriff of Mecklenburg County, including Mecklenburg County, and every sheriff in North Carolina to work with ICE. We were mandated to cooperate with ICE. And so what does that cooperation look like? In 162.62, the only part that nobody really liked in the General Assembly or the legislation or the lawmakers were Part C. So North Carolina General Statute 162C says that after a person have met all the criteria of their release, they are now should be released. And that's what happened. So when people say, well, the sheriff of Mecklenburg County released all these people, well, by law, a judge or a magistrate ordered me to release them from our custody because they had meet all the requirements of their release. So when some of the lawmakers didn't like that, they then changed to House Bill 10. House Bill 10 pretty much says this: after a person is arrested and we find out that the person is not a legal citizen of the United States, we are then supposed to query ICE. And believe it or not, here in North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina, we have an affidavit or a piece of paper that we go over with all of the people who are arrested in Mecklenburg County. And then those questions are you a citizen of the United States or territories? If they say no, that's a signal. Where were you born? If they said other than the United States, that's another signal. If you are not a citizen of the United States or territories, what are your legal residence is? Territories. Once they say no, and once they say that they are a member or a resident of another city or another state, we then query ICE, pretty much tell ICE that we have an undocumented person in our custody. At that time, ICE now will send over a detainer and they'll send over an administrative warrant. That is currently under HB 10. When they send that over, we take both documents to a magistrate, and if the documents are signed and corrected by the ICE agent, not a judicial official, then the magistrate then will sign an order for a 48-hour hold to be placed on that individual. Now, once that person is in our custody, they still can meet all the conditions of their release. But because we have that 48-hour hold on them, we will then keep them in custody after they met all the obligation of their release. So essentially, we are holding them for ICE. Now, if ICE doesn't pick them up, after that 48 hours, they will be released. So here's an example. A person is arrested 9 o'clock on Monday morning. We query ICE, and ICE says, we're going to send over the detainer. If that detainer gets to us at 9:30, 24 hours from that, that person will be released. So at 9:30 Monday, he is now on the clock. On 9:30 Wednesday, that person will be released. And that is under House Bill 10, or most people call it HB 10. So when we're talking about these sanctuary cities, New York is a sanctuary city. California is a sanctuary city. I think San Francisco is. All of those cities will be targeted by immigration enforcement. Now, will we have some issues in North Carolina and Charlotte, I think that we will have some issues because it's not clear. And with the new 3-page document that is kind of broad, it's going to be up for the interpretation of many people. And this is why it is so important that we always have collaborative conversation with immigration, with the people who are making these bills and making these memos. Let's have a conversation so we all are clear, because we all want safe cities. No matter what anyone says, we want safe cities and communities in Mecklenburg County, and we want our state safe. So when they say that we are in a sanctuary city, we are not, because we do not have policies or ordinance that says we are harboring anybody in immigration. We actually query ICE and inform ICE of that. So that's why House Bill 10 really protects us. And then also North Carolina General Statute 162.62, because we are mandated by law to contact ICE. So we thank everybody. Stay tuned. We're going to work with you. We're going to keep our cities and communities safe. If you need conversation to help clarify that, please call us. But understand this, all of this is new to everyone. All of this is under for interpretation. And this is why I'm still asking to let's sit down at the table, have these conversations. And we know that we're going to have our differences, but at least we have the conversation that we can clear up some of the things that nobody's clear about. But thank you again. This is MCSO News 45. Have a great day.